All right, let's take a look at a few more examples here, 7 through 10 on this worksheet. We're still talking about unit rates, but here are a couple other scenarios besides just money and items. So let's take a look at number 7, 100 miles on 6 gallons of gas. Okay, so rather than just telling you what typically happens, let's think about this. So normally when we look at this problem, so what would be smarter to say? I have two different numbers here, and we've been talking about setting up in fractions. Would you think it would be better to say 100 miles on 100 miles per 6 gallons or 6 gallons per 100 miles? Okay? So, I mean, when thinking about it, like you could say like, well, I don't know which one. So typically when we set up unit rates like this, we do miles per gallon. Usually the distance or some type of length or measurement goes on top. So miles, inches, feet, meters, whatever it is, that's usually the part that goes on top. So the distance of something, the length of something will be the unit that goes on top. So in this case, it's 100 miles per 6 gallons. Okay? So now we need to find, again, we got to make our denominator 1. That's the goal. And so let's go ahead and do 100 divided by 6, which will give me 16.67. Actually, it's going to be 16.6666 on forever. But we run to the nearest hundredth, which means the second decimal place, so that rounds up to 7. So 16.67 over 1. So making that into sense of the problem, we change this to 16.67 miles over per 1 gallon. Okay? And another way to look at it, typically, the bigger number when it comes to the unit rates will go on top. Typically. Not always, but typically. So in this case, 100 miles is bigger than 6 gallons. So we find the unit rate that way. Typically, the bigger number will go on top. That's not always true, so that's why I'm teaching you the ways that we usually say things. All right. So in the next problem, number 8, 8 inches of snow in 5 hours. Remember, inches, I think that's a length or of measurement, so that's the number that goes on top. And something else that usually goes on the bottom is time. So it would be weird to say 5 hours per 8 inches of snow. That seems weird because snow fluctuates. So you usually measure snow, or you measure a lot of things by time. So time will usually be in the denominator. Actually, almost always in the denominator. So length of something, miles, inches, feet, goes on the numerator, and usually time goes in the denominator. So this one plays out nicely. 8 inches of snow in 5 hours. So we'll do 8 inches divided by 5 hours. Doing the work of the fraction, you're going to get 1.666667. So again, we just round to 1.6. And 1.6 over 1, that means 1.6 inches of snow per hour, or per 1 hour. Okay? All right, number 9, going back to the money, 12 batteries cost $19. Okay, usually the money goes on top and the item goes in the bottom. And again, this follows the suit of, well, the bigger number, 19, should go on top, so that's $19 over 12 batteries. And 19 divided by 12 will give me 1.58 over 1. Again, we're rounding. So 1.58 will, and translating it into English meaning, it would be $1.58 per 1 battery, or per battery. All right, and then number 10, $12 for 8 books. Usually money goes on top, the items go on the bottom. In this case, the 12 is the bigger number, so that will go on top. So $12 per 8 books. And 12 over 8 can be reduced to 1.5 over 1. So in this circumstance, it means $1.50 per book.